Now wish I had one more shot. I wish I had one more shot just to say goodbye, say I love you, say thank you.
This lunatic, Kevin Owens! No! Pile driver! God! Well, to end Orton's career there, of course, Cody Rhodes is down as
The wrestling world is no stranger to drama, heartbreak, and incredible comebacks, but the recent injury suffered by Randy Orton has brought the WWE Universe to a standstill. Randy Orton, a 14-time world champion and one of the most revered figures in professional wrestling, sustained a devastating injury that has left fans, fellow wrestlers, and even legends of the sport shaken to their core. However, when none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson spoke out about the incident, his words sent ripples far beyond the squared circle. The Rock, known for his larger-than-life persona and heartfelt advocacy for his peers, weighed in on the tragedy that has gripped the WWE Universe. His comments not only showcased his unwavering support for Randy Orton, but also called for systemic change within the industry to prevent such incidents from happening again. From the moment the news broke, social media erupted in speculation, concern, and solidarity, but The Rock's impassioned reaction truly ignited the firestorm. Speaking in an emotional and unfiltered statement, The Rock said, "Randy Orton isn't just one of the greatest performers to ever lace up a pair of boots. He's family. To see him injured like this is devastating, but to know it could have been avoided makes it even worse. Wrestling is dangerous, but there's a line, and it was crossed." These powerful words struck a chord with millions, becoming a rallying cry for fans to
There's no question that there's been twice since I've been back in November where I was like, hey, Hunter, can I take a week to just recover so that I can be 100% for the following week? He said, oh, sure, yeah, as long as you communicate that to me, no problem.
Yeah.
So having that in my back pocket, it's a real peace of mind knowing that if I need, I am 44, if I need a week, they'll give it to me.
Well, do you think acting, obviously we see the Cena, The Rock, all these guys going to, do you think acting, we've seen you doing a little bit, but do you think you'll kind of go down that road a little bit more?
I was just talking to Cody Rhodes about this yesterday, and Marseille, France, and I really love what I'm doing now. I love watching movies. There's a lot of work that goes into them.
Most important here, what do you want to accomplish now?
demand justice and accountability for Randy Orton. As the wrestling world waits for updates on Orton's condition, the story has taken dramatic new twists, with Orton filing a lawsuit against WWE and Kevin Owens. Could Kevin Owens face criminal charges? And what does this mean for the feud that has now transcended the boundaries of kayfabe and entered the realm of real-life drama? Let's dive deeper into every aspect of this shocking story. In an unprecedented move that has sent shockwaves through both the wrestling and legal communities, Randy Orton has officially filed a lawsuit against WWE and Kevin Owens. The lawsuit alleges gross negligence on the part of WWE for failing to enforce banned moves, and claims that Kevin Owens' reckless execution of the pile driver directly caused Orton's severe neck injury. The legal action is seen by many as a bold step to address what Orton believes to be a systemic failure within the company. Sources close to the situation have revealed that Orton's legal team is preparing a case that could have far-reaching implications for WWE's operations. The lawsuit focuses on several key aspects: WWE's alleged failure to provide adequate oversight, the enforcement of its safety protocols, and Kevin Owens' decision to perform a move explicitly banned by the company. The pile driver, which has been outlawed for decades due to its life-threatening potential, became the focal point of this legal battle. In an emotional statement released by Orton's camp, the WWE legend stated, "This injury didn't just happen. It was the result of choices that put my safety at risk. I've given my life to this business, and I expect the same level of commitment to my well-being in return. This lawsuit isn't about revenge. It's about accountability. It's about ensuring no other performer has to go through what I'm going through right now." Asterisk, The Rock, upon hearing the news, voiced his support for Orton's legal battle, saying, "This is bigger than just one incident. Randy is fighting not just for himself, but for every single person who steps into that ring. Wrestling is a tough business, but the trust we place in each other is sacred."
We talked about Cena quite a bit. I feel like
To answer it, Wheatley, Randy, we don't know what's gonna happen. If you're talking about the end, which I don't see, he doesn't. It's not. I don't see that. But who would you want to wrestle if you could pick somebody?
So I'm 44.
I'd like to wrestle at least until I'm 50.
That trust is broken, it's time to make things right. Asterisk, the lawsuit has garnered widespread attention, with legal experts suggesting it could lead to significant changes within WWE, including stricter enforcement of banned moves and possibly even new safety regulations. However, the lawsuit's most explosive claim is that Kevin Owens acted recklessly, putting Orton's life at risk. This allegation has opened the door to even more dramatic consequences. As if the lawsuit wasn't shocking enough, rumors are now swirling that Kevin Owens could face criminal charges for his role in the incident. Legal analysts are speculating that Owens' use of a banned move, combined with the severe consequences for Orton, could be grounds for assault charges. In most cases, injuries sustained during professional wrestling are considered part of the job. However, the use of a banned move complicates the issue. Attorneys familiar with sports law have weighed in, stating that Kevin Owens' decision to execute the piledriver could be classified as reckless endangerment or even aggravated assault, depending on the jurisdiction. One prominent legal expert explained, in cases like this, intent isn't the primary factor. The fact that Kevin Owens knowingly performed a move banned by the organization due to its dangerous nature could be interpreted as gross negligence or recklessness. If charges are filed, Owens could be facing significant legal repercussions, including fines or even jail time. Asterisk, The Rock, ever the diplomat, addressed the possibility of criminal charges with measured candor. Look, none of us are perfect, and I don't think Kevin Owens intended to hurt Randy, but the reality is, choices have consequences. If the law gets involved, it's a wake-up call for everyone in this business to take safety seriously. Asterisk, the potential criminal charges against Owens have divided fans. While many believe he deserves to face the consequences, others argue that the blame lies with WWE for fostering a culture that prioritizes spectacle over safety. Regardless of where fans stand, one thing is clear: Kevin Owens is now under intense scrutiny, and his future in professional wrestling hangs in the balance. To fully understand the magnitude of this incident, one must delve into the storied history between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, a rivalry that has spanned years and become one of WWE's most intense feuds. While their animosity has often been scripted, the underlying tension between the two men has always felt palpable. Randy Orton, a third-generation wrestler, has long been the embodiment of traditional wrestling excellence. His methodical style, technical prowess, and ability to tell a story in the ring have earned him the respect of peers and fans alike. Kevin Owens, on the other hand, represents a new breed of wrestler, bold, brash, and unafraid to take risks. Their differing philosophies have often clashed, both inside and outside the ring. Their feud began several years ago when Owens publicly criticized Orton's wrestling style during a promo, calling it outdated and boring. Orton, never one to back down, retaliated by labeling Owens reckless and a danger to the locker room. The war of words eventually escalated into physical altercations, culminating in a series of brutal matches that showcased their contrasting approaches to the sport. The Rock, reflecting on their rivalry, said, "You've got two guys who are the best at what they do, but they couldn't be more different."
Next thing, what's that thing that would be the next apex, next peak? What is it that Randy Orton has left to do in the wrestling space besides be incredible and beloved and all those things that you will be? But what is the goal? What's the task?
I think, answer your question honestly,
Fans on X have theorized that Orton could be returning during the match to potentially cost Owens the WWE title. Now, this may be far too soon, as the annual Survivor Series is just a few short weeks away. There were rumors that Orton vs. KO would be on the Saturday night's main event card next month, and this would give Orton over a month off to sell the impact of the piledriver. Whilst Orton is locked into a blood feud with Owens, it appears that all roads, pun intended, lead to an eventual Orton vs. Rhodes WWE title showdown, potentially at WrestleMania 41 next April. What are your thoughts on WWE handling this storyline? Let us know in the comments.
Randy is all about precision and psychology, while Kevin thrives on chaos. That kind of dynamic makes for incredible matches, but it also creates real tension. Sometimes that tension spills over in ways nobody wants to see. Asterisk, their latest clash, which resulted in Orton's injury, has now blurred the lines between kayfabe and reality. What was once a scripted rivalry has become a cautionary tale about the real-life consequences of in-ring decisions. Fans, wrestlers, and industry insiders are left wondering if this feud, once one of WWE's most compelling storylines, will now mark the end of an era for both men. As the WWE Universe continues to process the fallout from Randy Orton's injury, the story has grown far beyond the confines of a wrestling ring. The Rock's heartfelt reaction, Orton's groundbreaking lawsuit, and the looming possibility of criminal charges against Kevin Owens have made this one of the most dramatic and consequential moments in WWE history. For Randy Orton, the road ahead is uncertain. While fans hope for his recovery and eventual return, the reality is that his injury could mark the end of a legendary career. For Kevin Owens, the fallout from this incident could define his legacy, whether through redemption or further controversy. In the end, The Rock's words perhaps offer the most fitting summary of this saga. This isn't just about one match or one injury, it's about the future of wrestling. Randy Orton is a legend, but he's also a man, and if this leads to a safer environment for everyone in that locker room, then just maybe something good can come out of all this pain. Asterisk. As fans rally behind Asterisk, the Viper Asterisk, and await further updates, one thing is certain, the wrestling world will never forget the night that changed everything. Behind every WWE superstar is a personal life filled with triumphs, challenges, and sacrifices that the public rarely gets to see. For Randy Orton, his injury is not just a professional setback, it's a deeply personal moment that has undoubtedly sent ripples through his family life. As one of WWE's most beloved figures, Orton has often spoken about the importance of his family and how they've grounded him throughout his storied career. Now, with his future uncertain, the toll on his wife, children, and extended family cannot be overstated. Orton's wife, Kim, has been a constant source of support, standing by his side through the ups and downs of his wrestling journey. Known for their strong bond, Kim has been vocal about the challenges of watching her husband risk his body night after night. Sources close to the family have shared that Kim is devastated by the injury, but remains fiercely supportive, helping Randy navigate his recovery both physically and emotionally. Their children, too young to fully grasp the gravity of the situation, are undoubtedly feeling the effects of their father's absence from home as he undergoes medical treatment and physical therapy. Randy has often expressed how being a father has changed him, stating in interviews that his children give him a reason to fight harder, even when the demands of wrestling take their toll. This injury could serve as a pivotal moment for Orton as he reevaluates his priorities.
Well, I'm going to be out a very long time, but the part that kind of breaks my heart the most is there's a good chance that I won't be able to come back.
Money's good, the talent's good, the locker room's great. I have a good relationship with all the people that are in charge, and I don't see why I would change that. And I only see all of those different variables I just mentioned, I only see them getting better over the coming years. So at 41, I can honestly say if I'm on a contract where I'm able to still wrestle a handful of years in my late 40s, possibly even as I'm a 50-year-old man, I would love to do it. My big thing, and my wife Kim has promised me that if she looks at me and she thinks that I'm becoming a parody of myself, or if I'm unable to do the things that the fans need to be able to physically see me do in order for them to believe, that an RKO still has as much sting as it once did.
Potentially leading to a shift in his career to spend more time with his loved ones. Fans have also rallied around the Orton family, offering words of encouragement and support on social media. Posts under hashtags like #GetWellSoonRandy and #WeSupportOrton have included heartfelt messages directed at Kim and the children, with many acknowledging the emotional strain this situation has likely placed on them. Some fans have even created artwork and videos celebrating Orton's legacy, serving as a reminder that the wrestling community stands firmly behind him and his family. But the impact on Orton's family goes beyond just emotional support. There are financial and logistical considerations as well. While WWE provides resources and medical care for its performers, the long-term implications of such a severe injury could alter Orton's ability to maintain the demanding schedule that comes with being a WWE superstar. This could lead to significant changes in the Orton household as they adjust to a new reality. For Randy, this injury is more than just a career hurdle. It's a moment of reckoning that underscores the sacrifices his family has made for his success. As he embarks on what will likely be a grueling road to recovery, the support of his wife and children will undoubtedly be his anchor. For fans, seeing the personal side of
And I've done it before me and tore the house down.
Oh, yeah.
It depends who's on top. If you were to ask me that question now and I had to give you an answer, I'd say you.
If I can't do all those things,
she's promised me that she's going to let me know that it's time to hang up the boots in his shoes one day, where I can be happy with my body of work and just kind of sit back, be grandpa, and watch your grandkids play and have been a WWE superstar. And that's all I need to be.
WWE unbans a move. WWE fans are thrilled by what appears to be the return of two classics to the squared circle, the piledriver and the use of blood. A tweet by Public Enemy's podcast sums up how the WWE Universe feels about the returns. Piledrivers and blood are back in WWE. The world is healing itself. While many moves make the piledriver look tame by comparison, particularly moves down on the floor or through the table, some fans will give the WWE a pass if it limits the piledriver's use and limits it as a true game changer. Next up,
Asterisk the Viper asterisk only deepens their respect for the man behind the legend. When reality intrudes upon the carefully scripted world of professional wrestling, the results can be both challenging and fascinating. Randy Orton's injury has not only disrupted his immediate involvement in WWE, but also opened the door for a wave of new storylines that could reshape the company's creative direction. WWE has a history of weaving real-life events into their narratives, and this incident is no exception. One potential direction could involve turning the controversy surrounding Kevin Owens' actions into a central storyline. Owens' use of the banned piledriver and the subsequent fallout has already captivated the WWE universe, and the company could use this real-life tension to create one of its most compelling angles in years. Owens, now portrayed as a reckless villain, could be targeted by other superstars seeking revenge on Orton's behalf, leading to a series of high-stakes matches. Alternatively, WWE could take a more introspective approach, using the incident to spotlight the dangers of wrestling and the sacrifices performers make for the sake of entertainment. A storyline featuring Triple H or another authority figure implementing stricter safety protocols could create drama while addressing the real-life concerns raised by Orton's injury. This could also pave the way for a larger narrative about balancing the thrill of high-risk maneuvers with the need for performer safety. Randy Orton's potential return, whether as an active competitor or in a different capacity, could serve as a climactic moment in these storylines. Imagine the crowd erupting when Orton's music hits after months of recovery.
Our first story looks at WWE announces Randy Orton's injury. Now our top story today takes a look at the fallout from WWE's injury angle with Randy Orton and how it appears that the WWE legend is going to be out of action for some time. Orton was taken away in an ambulance on SmackDown this week after his former friend Kevin Owens hit a devastating piledriver on him. Now, the piledriver is a banned move in WWE, so this was a huge deal, and WWE have quite rightly portrayed the piledriver as being one of the most dangerous moves there is. In an update on WWE's Resident Viper, WWE took to their socials last night to state, after last night's brutal attack by Kevin Owens on SmackDown, Randy Orton has been diagnosed with a cervical cord neuralgia. There is no timetable for his return. Now, this of course is a kayfabe injury, yet the nature of the kayfabe injury suggests that Orton will be taking time off. It's not exactly clear what the WWE's creative direction is for Orton, however we can assume that Cody Rhodes vs KO Part 2 for Survivor Series is the plan.
Signaling his return to confront Kevin Owens or another antagonist. Such a moment would not only be emotionally charged, but also cement Orton's status as one of WWE's greatest legends. Additionally, WWE could explore storylines that focus on Orton's legacy. With his injury highlighting the fragility of a wrestler's career, younger superstars could step up to honor Orton's influence, seeking to carry on his legacy in their own ways. This could lead to mentorship storylines where Orton, unable to compete physically, becomes a guiding figure for up-and-coming talent. Of course, WWE must tread carefully to balance the emotional weight of the real-life incident with the dramatized narratives of their programming. The line between storytelling and exploitation is thin, but if handled well, this situation could lead to some of the most emotionally resonant content WWE has ever produced. Randy Orton's devastating injury brings to mind a long history of incidents that have shaped professional wrestling. From career-ending injuries to miraculous comebacks, these moments serve as stark reminders of the physical toll wrestlers endure. Comparing Orton's current situation to past injuries not only provides context, but also highlights how the industry has evolved or failed to evolve over time. One of the most infamous injuries in WWE history involves Stone Cold Steve Austin. At the 1997 SummerSlam, a botched piledriver from Owen Hart left Austin temporarily paralyzed and with a neck injury that would ultimately lead to his retirement in 2003.
I think do this for as long as I can and make sure, and we brought up my wife Kim on a couple occasions, told me, she goes, when it's time to hang him up, I'll let you know. So not, if this is when I need to hang him up. I don't want to go here.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't want to retire and have a last match and then leave the company and have another last match and then another one. I like John. God, that makes me feel so old.
The similarities between Austin's and Orton's situations are striking. Both involved banned or highly dangerous moves, and both sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. Austin's injury led WWE to ban the piledriver outright, making Owens' decision to use the move on Orton even more controversial. Edge's story is another poignant comparison. Forced to retire in 2011 due to cervical spinal stenosis, Edge spent nearly a decade on the sidelines before making an improbable return at the 2020 Royal Rumble. His journey from devastating injury to triumphant comeback serves as a beacon of hope for Orton and his fans. While Orton's injury is severe, Edge's recovery shows that with advances in medical technology and a relentless spirit, a return to the ring is not impossible. Daniel Bryan's neck injury also stands as a testament to resilience. After being forced to retire in 2016 due to repeated concussions and spinal issues, Bryan worked tirelessly with medical experts to gain clearance for a return. His comeback in 2018 was one of the most emotional moments in WWE history, proving that even seemingly career-ending injuries can have silver linings. On the darker side, there's the tragic case of Darren Drozdov, who was paralyzed during a WWE match in 1999 after a botched powerbomb. His injury served as a grim reminder of the risks wrestlers face and prompted WWE to implement stricter safety measures. Orton's injury, while not as catastrophic, could similarly lead to renewed focus on protecting performers. These comparisons highlight the duality of professional wrestling. It's a sport where both triumph and tragedy coexist. For Randy Orton, the stories of Austin, Edge, Bryan, and others provide both cautionary tales and sources of inspiration. Whether Orton ultimately returns to the ring or transitions into a new role, his journey will inevitably become part of this larger narrative of perseverance and the enduring spirit of WWE superstars.
Did you know a current WWE legend was close to having a completely different role if he couldn't come back from injury? Randy Orton's long-awaited comeback at Survivor Series last year will go down as one of the great WWE returns. But what if it never happened? Due to a back injury that had built up over time, Randy Orton began an 18-month absence from wrestling in the spring of 2022, and while he was away, there wasn't much positive news, with some reports at the time suggesting that he may have to end his iconic career due to his back injuries. However, he was also open to a very different role if he couldn't come back. In a recent interview, Randy Orton revealed that he would have been eager to continue on with WWE even if his days as an active wrestler had ended. He also said that he'd have become a coach, or a trainer, or even a producer to remain part of the WWE into his retirement. Do you think Randy Orton will make a great coach one day? Let us know in the comments and like and subscribe for more wrestling content.